Ecclesiasticus chapter 36. Have mercy upon us, O Lord God of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon other nations that seek another thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As they once magnified us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O God. Shoot new signs, and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation, and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary, and destroy the enemy. Make the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish to the personal people. Smite and son the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say, there is none other but we. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit them, as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. O be merciful to Jerusalem, the holy city, the place of thy rest. Fill thou with unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those to the possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. O Lord, hear the prayer of thy servants, according to the blessing of Aaron of thy people, that all that wish to dwell upon the earth may know that thou art the Lord, the eternal God. In Yahweh's name we pray. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Today's class. A letter to the Israelites. The American dream was always a lie. Flee Babylon.
Shalom, shalom. Giving our praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahushua. The American dream was always a lie. It was always slavery. Right now, you're in the hardest bondage you're going to ever see. Why are you thinking you're seeing more homeless people? Why are you thinking you're seeing more family suicides? Why are you thinking the divorce rate up, murder rate up? You know, I told you that the dollar was just a tool for fools. You know, we chase it, guess what? It destroys us. It destroys marriages, homes, families, you know, friendship. So we're going to learn today that the importance of fleeing Babylon is to leave off from your sins. Because if you don't, you're going to be taken with this destruction that is coming, that you see already.
Bring it out.
We don't understand what kind of system this is, man. This is not a system for us to raise up.
That's right.
This is, they train slaves here. They make it, the illusion look good, but the outcome, go to school 12 years, 13 years, how long, college, work all your life. You retire when you can't even move no more, and then you die. That is not a life to me. A life is you being able to see your children, being at home, man. A life is you not segregated from your children. And this is a part of the system I'm going to show you today. This is what they want.
Yes, sir.
Bring it out.
Because once they eliminate you, who going to govern the children?
Bring it out.
And I salute you, sisters, for being at home with y'all children. I know it's a hard thing to do sometimes, man, when the children getting on your nerve. Nap time is the best time. Telling you the truth. But, you know, the ones that willfully send their children to these schools, man, have them destroyed. Because they're going to be programmed to be just a slave.
That's right.
But we're going to start out with Revelations 18:1.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven.
You understand, you have to understand these are visions. These are allegories. This messenger has got to be entrusted to the Messiah to do great works here in Babylon, to teach the peoples. This is all this is talking about. We have to get these fairy tales out of our minds, the chip, and all that garbage, man.
That's right.
And concentrate on not being in sin.
That's right.
Sin is what separates us.
Bring it out.
But read.
Having great power.
Great knowledge, man, to expose the lies and the deception of Babylon. Read.
And the earth will lighten with his glory.
That's that truth that comes out, man, and that's that honor. But you know, prophet, he will not honored by his own, man. He's going to be hated because he tell people the truth, you know. Think about it. When you was little, man, mama, daddy told you something, man, you didn't like it. Until you got old enough to understand it's just like we have my wife, little niece over. And like I told you, got to tell her no 1,000 times a day. They don't like it, but hey, that's what forms them into becoming some better. That's right. Read on.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice.
You understand? We letting y'all know these are the end times, man. They're up to every trick in the book, man. You seeing they land people's off. And let me tell you something. Donald Trump was put back in there to really shut this place down.
That's right. Bring it out.
You know, you can go and say, I voted. Yeah, you did. Crying with a loud voice, warning the people, man, about being in sin, of coming out of Babylon. It's the illusion is good, man. It all seems real, but it's all fake once you know the peoples.
That's right.
I have been one of those ones able to travel and see the suffering, the miseries on the people, see the pain that they're going through, but they still won't give it up.
That's right.
They still won't get his battle. They still won't give it up. Because guess just like an addict, they got to have it. And what is it at the end of the day? You left with nothing. But read.
Saying,
Read on.
Babylon the great is fallen.
Showing you these things, man. The economic, man. You seeing these things, they're closing schools down. You seeing what's going on. Colleges are shutting down. Colleges can't even pay the athletes. You're seeing the misery in the people, man, that don't went through college and now got to pay these college loans back and can't even find a job.
Bring it out.
You're seeing the misery, man, on the people's faces, but the peoples won't let go. Why? Why won't you let go? You know, it's just like that crack fiend, man, Lil Pookie, man, you can't let go. You know, no matter how much you come in and you get your mind cleaned up, but as soon as you go back out in that world, you put that needle back in your arm.
Talk about it.
You're thinking you're having fun, man. It's all illusions. Garbage is temporary.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Read on.
It's
falling. Read.
and it's become the habitation of devils.
Devils, man. Every white wicked spirit you can find, man. Scammers, man. All kind of garbage going on.
Bring it out.
Where are you going to get knowledge at to survive and live? Who going to feed you? The world ain't feeding you nothing because it's full of garbage.
That's right.
Teach.
Don't get caught up in what Trump doing. Trump just a puppet. Don't get caught up in what the system, man. We have to stand for the Messiah and let his light shine.
That's right.
But read.
And the hold of every foul spirit.
Every foul spirit starts with these Israelites and these pastors and these churchgoers. Every foul spirit, man. Let me tell you something. The Bible say there is not one good.
Bring it out.
Bring that out.
I speak what the Bible say. My job is to come in here and warn you, teach you, tell you, and prepare you. Telling you to put on the whole armor. But some of you just put on your breastplate, you forget your helmet. And go out there and get hit, smashed in the head with a little hammer.
Yes, sir.
But read.
And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
You got all these different prison doctrine, all these different churches, all these different denominations. You got Farrakhan, you got all these different people, man, with all kind of different doctrines, man. This is all you're seeing is being exposed. You're seeing somebody rape somebody back in the early 80s getting hit with the DNA test. Nobody is not going unpunished, man.
Bring it out.
So clean your act up, man. Get your mind together while you still have a chance.
That's right.
But we won't do it because guess what? We'll leave out here. We don't take this serious And I tell you, take it serious, man. A judgment can come your way. One thing I don't do, I tell you about that 38 since you've been sitting in here. I tell you the things, man, because I'm here to warn you. These are visions, man. This is what you call someone that's really doing the due diligence to come in here and teach you. But what we do, we reject Christ. Isaiah 5:58-1, we reject the Messiah. Because guess what? It doesn't fit that illusion that we used to.
Bring it out.
That world out there, man, everybody out there, man, is just really just smoke. I'm telling you the truth. Read,
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1.
Read.
Cry aloud.
Say cry. Teach, man. Prophesy. Preach the word. Read.
Spare not.
Hey, listen, I ain't got time for feelings, man. Emotions. Read.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
It say lift it up, man, and teach the gospel, man. Read.
And show my people their transgression.
We got to show, man. We got to get out of our sins, out of our thoughts. Read.
And the house of Jacob their sins.
Their sins, man. This is why we sit in here to warn our people to come out of Babylon, to flee it, let it go, man, because there's nothing here, man. This thing has been destroying millions and millions of people, and we still want to love something that destroys.
That's right.
Bring it out.
We still can live here and have fun. We still can do our thing. But we ain't got to be like fools out there in that world, man, because judgment is happening so fast, man. You're seeing people just being taken out. I'm seeing mothers, man, doing all kind of things to their children. A lady just was up north in Detroit, man. She ain't have no place to stay, and two of her children froze, man. Why? Because mom wasn't getting her life together, because mom don't think that what she's doing is no problem. Our sisters got to start sitting down, man, and getting with her husband. You're going to need it. These bills are too high for one income. It is too high. Give me Jeremiah 51:36. It is too much for one person now. You know, you're going to have to negotiate in these houses. Hey, yeah, we got to do something better. We got to do things better. We supposed to be on a higher level, man, and we not. We still vibing like we still got time. Let me tell you something, man. Somebody was just up this morning driving in the car, man. The whole family dead in the car.
Bring that out.
Because of their false beliefs. See, this place here is to pull you in and suck you in, and you can't get out.
That's right.
You can't get out, man. This thing here is too much of a vacuum. It'll hold you and destroy you, man. It don't destroy families after families after families.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Read up.
Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 36. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee, and I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry.
You understand these cities that are set up, man? These are corporations, man. This is not a city for you to thrive, man. This is a city for you to be in prisons.
Right. That's right.
That's all it is. You in prison to pay bills. Everything you do is for $1.
That's right.
You don't do nothing for yourself. You don't think for yourself. That's why they call you lazy. Because you don't like to think for yourself. You like the system to think for you. You don't do nothing on your own. 6 days, you still being driven into the ground. And this is what we don't understand, man. This kingdom, this sea, man, it is killing our peoples, man.
Bring it out.
Pride won't let it pride. And let me tell you something, a lot of it's just pride, man. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care if you're a billionaire or you live outside, you're going to die the same way.
Right.
You're going to be put in the ground the same way. It ain't no difference, man. You're going to turn back into the dust that you come from. So don't get it with you thinking you better. Nobody should be feeling like that, man. We should be loving each other. That's what separates us. We got the ones making 100,000. Don't look down on the ones making 50,000. The one 50,000 look down on the ones making homeless, man. How can you look down on somebody? That's what the system do. It creates the divisions, man, to make us hate. That's what they do around here, to make us hate each other, man. But Christ is trying to make us love each other and build us back up. And you got people that don't want it, man.
Right. Bring it out.
Read.
And Babylon shall become heat.
This place is a waste, man. You're seeing the commercial business, man. This This is the thing that drive the city, man. You're seeing all these buildings empty around here, man. You're seeing that they study shutting things down. Because the peoples ain't got money. You see all the fools yesterday out there on Valentine's Day spending all their hard-earned money and forgetting the egg damn near $12 a carton there, man.
Bring it out.
How stupid can you be? 50% off today. We're here to warn the people, man. I'm telling you what the Lord put on my spirit. And cause I'm not T.D. Jackson, Joel Osteen. They can't see it.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Why would the Lord deal with somebody from the bottom? That's what he say he would do.
That's right.
Read.
A dwelling place for dragons.
What is this place for?
A dwelling place for dragons.
These are the enemies of Yah, man. These are the ones of the Antichrist, man. Read.
An astonishment.
Astonishment, man. Read.
And in hissing
Read on.
without an inhabitant.
Read on, huh?
They shall roar together like lions.
We are the ones that raise up, man. We're going to have the spirit of Yah. Read.
They shall yell as lions will.
Man, let me tell you something, man. This thing is newly, man. This is coming together, but we still won't push it. No matter how much I tell you, you got to live it, man. You got to be it. You see, once you leave out of here, you ain't doing nothing for the Messiah. Guess what? You back in the system again.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Bring that out.
I show you by the simplest things, communication, speaking to each other. You know what? We can't do that because that's too hard for us. How dare I speak to somebody below us? We can't do the simplest things, man. Back in the village, everybody knew everybody, and they spoke and loved on each other. But see, they got us scattered, man, like roaches. And we won't love each other, man, because we up here, we thinking that, no, we all the same, man. No matter how high you climb that ladder, the more bills and problems you have.
All right.
The habitats of devils. Give me 2 Timothy 3:1. Because I'm going to tell you something. If they're not in this truth, man, I'm not dealing with them. I'm sorry. You know, yeah, I love my relatives, but hey, I'm gonna let them sit on the sidelines. I'm not going to visit them. They don't come visit me. Why should I show love? I'm telling you one, man. You've been get to my age, man. You know a person. Why? That's what they want you to come bowing down to them. I'm not doing it. Live their lifestyle. I couldn't do it in the past myself. I'm just telling y'all what I've been through, the experience, how peoples are. The more money you got, the more peoples and the more problems you're going to have.
Talk to him.
You nobody going to want to be around you when you're broke.
Bring it out.
Tell them about it.
You can't go sleep on nobody's couch now. Food too high. The electric bill, they raising up everything. They increasing everything, man. It's the Lord doing it to you. Read this up.
2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also.
This is a warning, man. Christ is warning us about the people that's going to be here. Because what? They can put on good clothes, drive good cars, stay in big houses. That don't make them not a devil. That make them the devil.
Right.
Read.
That in the last days perilous times shall come.
Dangerous around here, man. I'm going to tell you something, man. Peoples have been down too long, man. You know, and let me tell you something. See, you got the black media, man. All they want is gossiping and drama. I see the so-called albinos, man. I see them putting out information, man. I see them standing up. See, the same system that raised them, now the Lord is raising them to attack the system.
Bring it out.
Same system that raised them. See, you reap what you sow around here, man.
That's right.
A lot of people don't know that. But read.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
See, man, I'm going to tell you something, man. See, I hate to tell y'all, man. When you love your own self, you reward yourself.
Bring it out.
You think for yourself. How can you love your neighbor when you all about self? Read.
Out.
Covetous.
Man, eager to attain, man. See something on TV, T-Move, whatever. Ready to go get it, man. Read.
Boasters.
Boasters, man. Haters of the word, man. Because when that word coming out, man, if it's something that you doing and you don't like, guess what? It hurts.
Bring it
It's
out.
just like throwing that rock into the pack of dogs. The one that get hit always. Oh!
That's right.
Bring that out.
Read.
Proud.
Proud, man. This is what keeps our people from loving each other, man. Read.
Blasphemers.
Blasphemers. These are liars. Read.
Disobedient to parents.
Hate the prophets, man. Hate the ones that the Messiah set up to teach them and lead them. Read.
Unthankful.
Unthankful. Read.
Unholy.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. You know what unholy is? The Antichrist, man.
That's right.
Teach.
Evil,
Sir.
wicked person, man.
Yes, sir.
See, like I told you, there are two spirits, man. One that stink and one that smells sweet. But read.
Without natural affection.
Don't know how to have love and love each other, man. Read.
Truth breakers.
Truth breaker. Always, when the scriptures say this, they want to do that. Read.
False accusers.
False accusers. Read.
Incontinent.
Unrestrained. Read.
Fierce.
Man, these are the ones aggravated. These are the ones that can't control anger. Read.
Despisers of those that are good.
Hate the people that walk with the Messiah, man. Read.
Traitors.
Traitors, man. They always, man. Read.
Heady.
Heady. Read.
High-minded.
But always thinking they on some other planet. Read.
Lovers of pleasure.
See, these are the worldly things that the world have taught us, man. We have to get away from the worldly pleasure, man, because this is what separates you from the Messiah. Read.
More than lovers of God.
They hate the Messiah, man. They show it by their actions. And I keep telling you, man, it's about actions, man. It ain't about what you're saying, man. The pimp's been running game on people's all these. Let me tell you something. The system is pimping you, man.
That's right.
This system is nothing but a pyramid scheme, and I'm going to prove it to you today, man. This system is not set up for you to make it.
That's right.
It's just an illusion. If we don't come back together, if we don't get back into grinding and getting together and loving on each other, guess what? You'll see them separate. They'll fail, man, because they're not thinking. That's not what Christ wants. What Christ wants is what he wants. And what he say, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Read up.
Having a form of godliness.
Godliness, man, they'll speak on the word, man. They'll talk about Christ. They'll put on some fringes. They'll tell you they got a relationship with the Messiah. But read.
But denying the power thereof.
Hate the truth, man. Hate the true word, man. The true word separates us. Read.
From such turn away.
He say, man, you got to let them go, man. You got to let them go, man, because they're not going to love on you. Give me this first video, man. I have to bring videos back now, man, because I'm not thinking people's not listening and coming to class, man. Listen at this. Play this video.
Major cities across the U.S. are in financial trouble.
I think we can all agree on that we're broke.
We're seeing sales tax come down, we're seeing business tax come down, and stays in our hotels come down. One study says that 53 of the largest cities in the United States haven't generated enough revenue to cover their bills.
Clearly, there are significant capital needs to no cost to U.S.
Several cities have spent years taking on debt to fund services, and now some public officials are reining in spending.
You've got to be careful because you don't want to get into too much debt.
Rising debt may lead to dirtier streets, fewer public services, and tough decisions from public officials that need to make ends meet.
But cities that are in trouble, they have a cash flow problem. They may be able to count on some revenue growth. Increasing taxes may be an option. Short of that, they're going to have to cut services or benefits.
Why are so many U.S. cities going broke? And what will that mean for residents of our biggest and busiest places? Running a major city is expensive. For an example, look at New York City.
Positive.
There were 8 million.
There's only a small entity that funds these cities. Federal Reserve is set up for them. All they doing is borrowing money. And guess who got to pay it back? You.
That's right.
Keep playing dumb. Keep being dumb, man. The world it thrives off being dumb. See, because dumb is the new smart. Go ahead and play it.
Residents spread across 5 counties and has to pay for more than most.
It's a dense, diverse place that requires a significant investment in the public realm.
Brad Landon is comptroller of New York, the top accountant for the city. Comptrollers review every financial aspect of city government. In the case of New York, that includes over 1,700 parks, over 200 library branches, 11 acute care public hospitals, 472 subway stations, and about 177,000 affordable housing units.
Positive. You know they shutting down parks, right? They shutting down hospitals, right? They got to do these things, man. So guess what that happens? With all the jobs and everything that you're seeing going on, because a lot of you don't pay attention to these things, you know, you're not really understanding what happens to all them schools they talking about shutting down in Fort Worth, 21 schools. How many jobs are lost? How many people that's not going to be able to afford their mortgage, man? This is what funds these suburban areas. They are attacking that now because they want to make it all lease options homes, not nothing that you own. And you never own it anyway. Go ahead and play.
Like many other parts of the U.S., New York City sells municipal bonds to fund many of these projects.
the city's bonds are like your mortgage. You know, for long-term expenditures, something that you're going to use over generally 10, 20, 30 years, you borrow for.
Here's how it works. Investors foot the bill for the city's general obligations. The city promises to pay them back later on with interest.
We pay the interest on our bonds, but then we can use those bonds to build schools and invest in our water and sewer infrastructure and subsidize affordable housing. But then we've got to be careful because you don't want to get into too much debt.
Some experts believe that cities and state governments in the U.S. are selling bonds to spend more money than they can pay back.
In our study, we gave the city of New York an F grade.
Sheila Weinberg is the founder and CEO of Truth in Accounting, a nonprofit that says they promote transparency in public accounting.
What we found is that the city has $177 billion of debt. This represents $61,800 per taxpayer.
New York City calculates a smaller debt than the estimate from Truth in Accounting.
So right now, we've got about $96 billion of debt outstanding. Currently, the way the debt ceiling works, we can borrow up to about $125 billion. So we have $25 to $30 billion of room.
The group claims that many so-called sinkhole cities have more bond debt obligations than they're reporting publicly. They focus on underfunded pensions and retiree health benefits that are owed to public employees.
Let me ask something about those pensions and that stuff, man. Some of you not gonna receive them.
That's right.
I'm here to tell you, man. These cities are in the red, man. That's why you don't hardly see police coming out. That's why you starting to see all the public service. They shedding buildings. You have to make appointments to go get your license. That's right. You're not really understanding it, man. Where you gonna run to? And I always challenge people. Where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to, man? You can't run to your relative because they ain't got no resource. They ain't got no information, man. They're not establishing what the Messiah establishing within us. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do as an individual out there when they come in and tell you they don't snatch your job from you? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna join the misery club. That's what you gonna do. You gonna join the ones that's out here committing murder, suicide in these homes. That's what's gonna happen, man. This is what's not, peoples are not really understanding. This is not a game to be played. And I tell you, man, you got to take it 100, man. We need to be implementing what we're doing, concentrating and staying focused, man.
Bring it up.
But you know what? We don't think that that's important, man, because Walmart's still open. Walmart's selling you that outdated fruits in there, man. Oh, rotten fruits and stuff, old dated meat and, you know. I'm just telling y'all what's going on, man. These stores and companies are struggling. That's right. I keep telling y'all, it's about $35 a sack when you go to Walmart's. Right. You got 2 sacks. You out almost a bill. You got to be thinking smart out here and understanding. Give me Revelations 18:3. This is not a game to be played, man. We got to be on our P's. Q's. Don't listen to nobody outside, man. They don't know what they talking about. Ain't nothing gonna get better here. This place is done for. The Messiah gonna speak it today. Read up.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 3.
Read.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
You understand? All nations. Everybody done played, got dipped in, man. Everybody done bought in, man. And the wrath, man, is the punishment and judgment on the peoples, man. And all the fornications, the false doctrines, the practice, the hatred towards the Messiah. This is what this is all about. Read.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
They don't committed fornication with her, man. They don't taught their people's lives. They don't told them that the New Year's. They don't taught them all these different things, man. But the people buy into it. They don't bought in. They head foot. They can't believe, man, that their favorite entertainer is just a sellout. It's just an agent to mislead you, misdirect you. These people, you can't get none of them to tell me none of these entities have done nothing for the communities.
Bring it out.
They worse and worse. Even the churches, they worse and worse and worse. But when we trying to tell them what Christ saying, they don't believe that. You know, because they done been so long in a drug-induced state that they can't believe the truth.
That's right.
But read.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Keep reading.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
You understand these merchants, man? You the merchandise, but the merchant just use you. That's
Bring
what
it
you
out.
are on Facebook and everything. I keep telling you this, man. These merchants are unclean and wicked people, man. They'll sell you some outdated food when even care if you got sick.
True.
You can pull up to a restaurant, ain't nobody there. Keep going, man. They let you know the food bad.
That's right.
How they sustaining? The only business that's lasting is the corporate business. You haven't found nobody that you know that's somebody out of your community that set up a business and it went worldwide. Why? 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 One reason is the people won't stick together. You know why? Because they've been trained to hate each other. Nobody want to hear what I have to say. Give me this next video. The merchants. Play this right here.
This video is for educational purposes only. We do not own the rights to this video.
Show you where it starts. The crimes of the Catholic Church, man.
The Inquisition, run by the Catholic Church.
Pause it. See, they'll tell you this is the Dark Ages. See, they ain't talking about when we was ruling. See, they got so much misinformation, man. Right. So much misinformation out here, man, and we trying to clean it up, but our people don't want it. They want to eat them Twinkies. But go ahead.
Is evidence that shows how corrupt and cruel the Catholic Church is.
This is what the Bible is talking
the
about.
Inquisition, which was established for became a transnational institution of the Catholic Church. It was devised to condemn heretics designated by the Catholic Church.
Anybody that spoke up.
Defined by the Catholic Church were the Christians who opposed the false insistence and doctrines of the Pope and wanted to live by the Bible. To rule over the world as they want. The popes tried to get rid of the Bible and restricted people from reading it. Pope Alexander III labeled those who read the Bible as heretics and commanded to confine Christians.
And pause right there. When you think about this, when they give you that slave, they didn't allow them to read or write. This is all lies, man. You people just don't want to read. People will read what they need to thinking they're gonna build themselves in this system. Everything they got, man, is to hold you back. Just like a doctor. A doctor, what his job is to do is to prescribe you medicine. It's not to cure you.
That's right.
I tell y'all all the time, don't trust them. When I'm there, I take pictures of everything they doing with me, man. I don't play with these thugs, man. Because I asked one, I say, is there any alternative medicine? No, we just, the pharmaceutical. They're paid agents, man. They do what they told, and if they don't, guess what? They'll take their license from them.
That's right. Teach.
The same thing for a school teacher. If she don't do what she told, they'll fire her and take away her license and label her, man. Once you buy into this system and you get some kind of degree or documentation, if you don't do what they say do, just like a police, they'll fire you.
Quick.
Keep playing.
Pope Innocent III instituted the Inquisition and launched crusades to combat heresy. Numerous Christians were killed and dispossessed of their properties.
And you gotta understand, the image you've seen, this is a part of the deception too.
Right.
Because these are black folks.
Yeah, that's right.
Put the video back up. You see that guy behind that Pope? That's where the Pope and them come from. They used to be monks.
Yeah.
See, nobody know history, man. And they'll stand up and argue with you and don't know nothing about history. That's what a program person does. It hates truth. But play.
Claimed to punish heretics who did not repent.
Pause it. The same thing goes on here. You start teaching the truth, guess what? YouTube attack you, Facebook attack you. Everybody they attack, man. Keep playing.
And appointed the order of St. Dominic as the Inquisitor. Pope Innocent IV promulgated the bull ad ex stipanda,
explicitly authorizing torture, and commanded to burn everyone who opposed Catholicism. Here is the salient religious trial of the century.
Listen at this.
Giordano Bruno, a medieval astronomer, was charged as a heretic by the Catholic Church and burned at the stake. The reason he was burned was that he denied the geocentric theory and insisted on the heliocentric theory.
Teach.
After that, Galilei verified that the Earth revolves around the sun. But he too was declared a heretic and was forced to recant his heliocentric theory. Joan of Arc, Maid of Orleans, who saved France from a crisis, was burned at the stake as a witch by the Inquisition. As years went by, the Inquisition helped the Pope exercise his extraterritoriality. To stay in power, the Catholic Church accused those who stood against them of being heretics and eliminated them. If a person was charged of being a heretic once, he had no right to have counsel. He was severely tortured and ended up being imprisoned for life or executed by fire.
Pause it. This is where you get all that execution and stuff from. That wasn't from slavery. That was from the Catholic Church, man.
Right.
The mother of all churches, man. Every church come from them. Go ahead and play.
The Inquisition was the most infamous and devilish thing in human history.
Dark Ages, man.
It was devised by the popes and used by them for 500 years to maintain their power. For its record, none of the subsequent lines of holy and invaluable popes have ever apologized. He was given power to make war against the saints and to conquer them.
Who the saints? We are.
Historians estimate that in the Middle Ages and early Reformation era, more than 50 million martyrs perished at the hands of the papacy. During the Dark Ages,
See, this is what I'm telling y'all, man. Where you thinking the black egg come from? Why are you thinking these people's feeding us this food and stuff today? We don't want to think that even Lord blessing us with everything we need to fight. But we rather stand down, man, and continue doing dumb things. We won't stand up. And it's not hard. It's not every day you got to get out. It's not an everyday thing, man. It's just every day you got to think about making this thing easy for the next generation. It ain't, and see, you know, like the Israelites, they're mixing their doctrine with Christianity too. The ships ain't nothing but the rafters. And I'm telling y'all this, it's up to us to stand up. It's on us. But you know, they say you're slothful, and you are, because you thinking you know better. What plan do you got? I'm going to stick with the Messiah plan. This is the plan that I've seen when they told us we couldn't clear that land down there.
That's right.
And we cleared it. The devil sat right beside me and told me we couldn't do it. And I told him we got a God on our side.
That's right. Bring that out.
That's right.
When you believe, man, you can overcome anything.
That's right.
But play on, let's finish out.
50 million innocent people were killed. In order to increase its wealth and power, the Catholic Church killed a great number of people. It is a distortion of history to call a murderer the apostle of peace. The Bible describes the crimes of the Catholic Church as below. I saw that the woman was drunk with
That's
the blood
all
of the
we
saints.
need on there. And that woman represents you. Drunk with these lies, man. Give me Isaiah 20:71. The great dragon, man. And who you thinking pulling all the strings around here? They still in power. Read this.
Isaiah chapter 27 and verse 1. In that day the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan.
See, they would go. You got these Israelites teaching that Leviathan gonna come out the water from the deep, and what he gonna do? Get on land? He ain't got legs. He swim. I don't get it, man. What he gonna do? Jump out the water and catch a plane?
Make it make sense.
Sink a ship?
Teach.
I mean, some of these things that these brothers are pushing, man. You start to question: are they a little slow?
No, real talk.
You got to understand: are they a little slow? Because you got these ones, they worshiping man. I tell you, put the Messiah. I'm just a vessel. But Leviathan, these wicked people, got to be punished. Read.
The piercing serpent.
This is what you call a piercing, a rebellious man or woman. Read.
Even Leviathan.
Read on.
That crooked serpent.
That mind, their thoughts. Read.
And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
Keep reading.
In that day sing ye unto her a vineyard of red wine.
Let me tell you something, man. It's what y'all are seeing today. Y'all are seeing, I'm just telling you, peoples are hungry, man. These young children, man, they are robbing me. Man, let me tell you something. Do not say who at the door. Just like I tell you, put your Michael Jackson on. Go to the door. When you see it ain't nobody you know, moonwalk back where you going. Get your pistol.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm telling y'all, man, what these little children's got? They ain't got nothing. They can't, there's no jobs. The restaurants are not hiring because they don't have enough business. The stores are not hiring because guess what? The foreigners don't came over here and took all those jobs.
Yes, they did.
Y'all not understanding, man. They did these things on purpose. Now they telling these ones that they sending them back to their countries and stuff. You playing with people's psyches around here, man.
Yes, sir.
Revelations 18 and 4. And I'm telling you, Lord say, warn them, keep telling them. I'm going to just send you in there and come hard at them. Because you'll notice the our men's, we need to step up. That's what they attack first. What's the men's?
Right.
The men's is the weakest link in the movement now.
Yes. Yes.
That's where the weakest link come from, the men. They won't fight.
That's right.
You can't protect your own house, man, if you ain't got an army.
That's right.
And that's brotherhood. But read.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her.
This is word of Yah, man. This is what the word of Yah is saying, man. You gotta let her go, man. You got a cheating man, a cheating woman, you gotta let her go. Why are you hanging on? You want to be more miserable?
No, thanks.
You somewhere where you're miserable, you gotta go. You gotta let it go. Read.
My people.
He say, my people, the sheep that hear my voice. Read.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
That's the problem. We don't understand. We can't be in sin.
Bring it out.
You can't call yourself holy if you in sin.
Bring it out.
Everything that what you believe, could we teach a class on it? See, everything that people come to me, can you bring me a class? Don't just come telling me something. That's how we got food and put in all these hoods, man.
Yes, sir.
Telling us we got free housing, man, and sisters, the guys, they're gonna follow the women's. Generational curse, man.
Yes, sir.
But you can't just come tell me something, man. You have to come and bring a class with it. You should know out there in Israel, stop listening to these ships. Where are the classes? Where are the classes for these things that people do?
Bring it out.
They'll tell you something, man. That's what they told us in the word. They tell you, and I go back to George Weiss, they'll give you an image, and I give you nothing with it.
Right.
They're not really teaching, man. They're just giving you narratives. And they'll constantly get these narratives. They'll put it on the television. You'll see it on the internet. But if you know what to go in there and type, you'll find out everything was a lie. See, you got to start training your brains. This is why I say come out of her and be not partakers, man. Guess what? You're going to receive those judgments too. But read.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
These are these judgments that come behind that, man. These are the same thing that happened in Egypt. The Lord, one thing about the Messiah, he's lovely, man. Meek. But when you don't listen, tell me what parent gonna let their child just run over? Tell me. Name me one that's a successful child that was in that house talking to their mama like she was trash.
Bring it out.
Or their daddy. Name me one. So you thinking the Messiah gonna let you do these things?
Come on now.
I'm warning y'all. These things that what I see. I have been working on this class since last week. I'm already working on next week class. But see, these things come out for a reason. The Lord is trying to get you to understand. You got to get out, come out of sin. Give me Jeremiah 51:6. See, we thinking we can just maneuver, shake and bake. No, man. I am seeing entertainers. Benzito just got evicted out of his apartment, man. This guy here was he was part owner of a magazine. See, the money is drying up everywhere. And what these guys doing, they just trying to make some noise, man, so somebody can pay him. Like 50 Cent, he broke too. His son exposed him for stealing all his money. But see, what we do, we see him as somebody high and mighty. Because they're on television. Television is the most wickedest tool on the planet.
Yes, sir.
Read this,
Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
I'll tell you something, man. If you want to save your spirit, man, you better do what this Bible say do. Read.
And deliver every man his soul.
How? This is what we just heard telling you, man. You got to deliver yourself, man. Quit getting caught up. Quit getting caught up with the world. When the people's in the world, man, that's what they... Let me tell you something. That's what their job is, to pull you back in.
That's right.
They don't love you. If somebody love you, they'd be sitting right in here with you.
That's right.
When people love you, they do it by action.
Yes.
That's real love. When you can see it, you know it, you believe it, you can touch it, feel it. When people are misleading you out there like Valentine's Day, all these people that bought gifts this Friday not gonna be with them peoples next year at Valentine's Day. They're gonna be getting gifts from someone else. Think about it. How many flowers and roses you don't buy for somebody in your lifetime? Candy. Are you still with them? You're probably in there praying, Lord, please give me my money back. You'll see them up in the store, man, but it don't be but the so-called Mexicans, the so-called blacks, and the so-called whites. The other nations ain't buying that garbage. See, see who the Messiah attacking? He attacking those. He's shrinking their pockets. That's why you can go in Walmart's today, you're going to see aisles and aisles of garbage in there. And let me tell you something, that's cheap-made food, man. They know it's just a temporary thing.
Yes, sir.
Who want a stuffed teddy bear, man? Read.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
This thing, if you don't understand, you're going to be cut off in her sins. Read.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
Y'all don't understand the Lord putting work in, man. We're in the lake of fire, like people say. We thinking, hey, it's going to be later, man. No, it's now.
That's right.
That's right.
See, this is the thing with the doctrine that they gave us, was to confuse us, to thinking we got plenty time. You ain't got no time, man. Some of you guys ill, sickness in you right now, and you don't even know it. The Lord sitting dormant, man, because if you don't listen, guess what? Doctor gonna tell you some bad news. I'm telling y'all, man, stop playing with this. I keep telling y'all about that 38. Zion got one, go back there and go outside in the back and play with it.
Not play with it.
This is serious business, man. My job is to tell you, hey, you know, I'm not here, man. I'm not going to do what I've been doing. Hey, if you choose to go and be a sinner, man, let me tell you something. Nobody can tell you you're going to get a pass. The Bible don't speak of that.
That's right.
They don't try to destroy this word. That's why you got all these new Bibles out now, man. Bibles with missing passages. They did everything they could, man. The preachers, man. They don't did a number on everybody. But now that we can see, that's what a seer sees. He can see, man. He can see when your mind is not right, when you're in sin, when your thoughts are not right. That's why they hate Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all these Isaiah. They was all hated, man. Elijah, they was all hated. Why? Because they told people the truth. And people hate the truth.
That's right.
Read,
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
this is the time of his vengeance, man.
He
Read.
will render unto her a recompense.
Everybody, I keep telling you, man, I seen a man, he had raped somebody back in the 70s. They kept his DNA. How did they know to keep that stuff back then? He's 67 years old, got to go to the penitentiary. If he ain't, he dead. Lord's not playing, man. Read up.
Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
You understand, man? This is the cup of wrath, man. This is a cup of wrath that he do to destroy people, man. That's bad. That's all they do is lie. Deceive each other. We don't know how to love each other because our thoughts are not right. You know, I don't have an issue with nobody, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It's like I tell you, it's not personal, it's business to me when I'm sitting in this seat, because guess what? I'm going to be held accountable for my job.
That's right.
So my job is to come tell you, man, whether you want to hear it or not. I don't care. Man, do you see how many people I've seen, man? Some of the people, y'all don't even know the situation they're going through. Don't play, man. Take life serious. This is what we don't want to do. We don't want to take our life serious. We want to take that life we had in that world still serious.
Bring it out.
You never had a life. Take this serious, man, and let me tell you something. You'll start seeing the change in everybody. But read.
That made all the earth drunken.
See, all the earth is sick, man. Sick. Read.
The nations have drunken of her wine.
Keep all these lies, the doctrines, the television, the internet, the churches. What else? But read.
Therefore, the nations are mad.
These are spiritual sick people, man. Some of them believe this, some of them believe that. Some of them got to live for them. I had an 83-year-old man call me the other day. He said, "Man, y'all teaching the truth." He said, "Man, we've been whites. We've been trying to figure it out." He said, "But y'all got the truth. Y'all are teaching people what they need to teach, how to build them." 83-year-old man finally seen the light. When are y'all gonna see it? But read.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
See, I'm gonna tell you something. You seeing the business? You seeing all the sports? All that's just an illusion, man. They're not selling out these stadiums anymore, man.
Bring it out.
People don't got the money for it.
Facts.
And if you are a fan, you just a worshiper of that church.
That's right.
That's what you are. You have to understand, the more energy you put into the devil's system, man, the less you're going to put into Christ. But read.
Howl for her.
How, man? How for her? Read.
Take balm for her pain.
You got to understand, when you got pain, man, you want ointment, man. You want some kind of medication to heal it. Read.
If so, she may be healed.
If so, she may be healed. Read.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
See, the place, y'all don't understand this place. This place is sick, man, and it causes peoples to be sick. And what people do is translate it to their children, and they translate it to their children's children. And it's a continuous situation. This is why it's got to be destroyed. Read.
Forsake her.
Forsake her, man. You got to disown this place. Turn your back on her. Read.
And let us go, every one into his own country.
Keep reading.
For her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion, on the Zion, the work of the Lord our God.
Hey, man, I got that joy. And I keep telling y'all, get that joy, man. You'll know how to love and treat your brothers and your sisters. You'll know what I'm speaking of, man. And if you ain't got that joy, you still holding on to Babylon. You still got misery in your system, man. You still got hatred in your system, man. You still got all that pains that come with this place, man. But read.
Make bright the arrows.
Hold up and say what?
Make bright the arrows.
Sharpen up your focus, man. Make your focus clearer, man. Understand this place is to destroy you. Read.
Gather the shields.
What did it say?
Gather the shields.
Start strengthening up your faith, man. Start believing in the word. Read.
The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes.
Keep reading.
For his devices against Babylon.
Read on.
To destroy it.
This is what this word do. When you start putting in some work, man, you'll understand what I'm saying. The truth is what's going to destroy this place.
Right.
That's what's going to destroy it. Because guess what? The more people start to believe, guess what? They start believing in their lies, man.
Bring it out.
Just like they did with alcohol prohibition, man. It was, a lot of people got killed over what they do, legalized.
Right.
Same thing with weed. A lot of people go to the penitentiary. Guess what they do? They legalized it. See, this system is here to destroy you. It's going to destroy your body. A lot of people don't know what that weed does. It kills your bone marrow. That drink, it kills your cells in your brains, man. Just like the Molly and the X and all this other thing. They're here to destroy that. Well, you're not getting no pleasure out of this.
Bring it out. No, sir.
You're just deceiving yourself because you're drunk.
That's right.
Read.
Because it is the vengeance of the Lord,
Read on.
the vengeance of his temple.
Keep reading.
Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon.
Say, set the standard up, man. Set the word up, man. Set the information, man, so the people can come. Read.
Make the watch strong.
Make the watchmen, man. And this is what our brothers, they don't want to do. They don't want to do nothing because guess what? Babylon got them sick. Read.
Set up the watchmen.
Set up the watchmen, man. These are the ones with knowledge, man. These are the ones that's been taught in righteousness. Read.
Prepare the ambushes.
Say, this is what we're doing. We're preparing the ambushes to this place, man. Spiritually. Read.
For the Lord had both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
It's all the Lord's work, man.
Let's go.
This is all the Lord's work, man. This ain't nothing I'm doing, man. This is the Lord's work. We're supposed to be setting up, man, to destroy this place, man, with information and knowledge.
Bring it out.
Give me Ezekiel 33:2.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
I'm going to come in, man. You know, been doing this a long time, you know, as doing my journey. I've seen it all, man. And every time something go on, man, it'll make me having the Lord always telling you, teaching you, telling you, you know, you're not picking it up because guess what? You still got Babylon in your system. Babylon is the most potent drug that was ever created. And guess who did it? Man. But read.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman.
Keep reading.
If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
This is what our job is, man. See, if you read your Bible, we'll be loving our neighbors as ourselves. Because you'll understand what I'm doing. But if you're not reading your Bible, like the people used to tell me downtown, oh, you down here putting us down. Okay, did I put that crack in your pipe? Did I put that needle in your arm? Did I go buy that nickel sack for you? How can I put you down when I'm telling you, trying to lift you up? See, that's how the Babylon makes you think. But read.
Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet,
hear these words, read.
And taketh not warning.
Don't take this warning, read.
If the sword come and take him away,
keep reading.
His blood shall be upon his own head.
Hey, you got the warning, man. See, we don't take the Messiah serious because we're not seeing the peoples out here sick, man. We're not seeing the destruction that's going on. And let me tell you something, people do it to themselves.
That's right.
Everybody out here doing it to themselves because they're not taking the Messiah serious. You in the judgment time, man. The earth got to be purged. Some spirits will come back and the other ones, they dead. The ones that stink. What happened when you're in that ground? You got a dead body in the house somewhere. It stinks, don't it? Did y'all hear me? You got a dead body in the house. How do it smell? See, a lot of people don't know. They smell just like it.
Bring it out.
You got a body that's been properly put away. That's a sweet smell. You know, someone that kept the commandments and coming back. You know, but I be seeing what the system is doing, man. It's throwing hints about everything. But read.
He heard the sound of the trumpet.
He heard it, read.
And took not warning.
Read on.
His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Hey, man. I'm here to do a job. These brothers here to do a job.
Teach.
And that's what we here for. It ain't personal, man.
Bring it out.
We know everybody don't hear Christ's voice and not going to receive his word, man.
Bring it out.
And those are the ones that's going to be complaining. Them be the ones in the most pain, most misery, going through it more. Let me tell you something. The Lord has been good to us, man.
That's right.
Anytime you got doubt, man, you know, a lot of people don't be knowing these things. What go in the background, come asking. I tell you these things, man. This is not a game, man. The Lord is lifting us up, preparing us, man. I just was in a meeting with the brothers, man, telling them about a plan that the Lord put on my spirit. Hey, we got to start getting ready to pull ourselves out of this place completely.
That's right.
That's right.
being owners and man, being taking care of business and being able to see our families. But read.
But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet,
If I don't come tell you the truth, if they don't tell you the truth, read.
and the people be not warned,
Read on.
if the sword come
Read on.
and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity.
Keep reading.
But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
Man, let me tell you something. It's heavy on us, man. This is heavy. So, don't take it personal, man. I don't have no ill will against nobody. Let me tell you something. I never have, man, because the Lord always kept me above, man, even when I was in that world. It's just my thoughts. Anytime a 17-year-old can tell you he got an advantage over brothers, man, that let you know that something ain't right with these brothers. Man. I knew it when I was out there in that world. I'm like, man, what's wrong? Able to have my own place, do my own thing. But a lot of people, they don't understand these things, man. You have to have knowledge. When people reject knowledge, you see them, they don't come, they don't get fed, man. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to start slipping. And I'm going to tell you something. You get yourself in too much trouble, man. It's hard to get out.
That's right.
But read.
So thou, O son of man,
son of man, read.
I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Keep reading.
Therefore, thou shalt hear the word at my mouth.
These words, the vision, the prophecies, read.
And warn them from me.
Keep reading.
What I say unto the wicked.
The wicked, the ones that don't want to do what he say, read.
O wicked man.
O wicked man or woman, read.
Thou shalt surely die.
Y'all sign y'all name in blood, man, read.
If thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Tell you something, man. Being a holy person separate from the system, that's what holy is, separating yourself from the system. This is what it's about. Give me this next video.
This video is for educational purposes only. We do not own the rights to this video.
Let me show you something. You know, when you don't know, my job is to teach you. Transgression, Christ was without sin, so we got to be the same way. But let me show you what happens when you are. And I'm going to tell you something about this situation. There's another video I played.
That victim was out celebrating her birthday, which was this past Thursday, when she was shot and killed on the south side. She leaves behind 6 children, the youngest less than a year old. For the family of Jemiah Taylor, her death just doesn't seem real.
No, it still feels like a dream.
That's that weeping and gnashing of teeth right there telling you
All
about.
of it seems like it's a dream.
Tamanita Whitehorn left devastated after losing her oldest child.
But positive. She 29. She just turned 29. She 28, got 12-year-old daughter. When did she get pregnant? 14, 15? See, mama ain't raised her right. And she don't know anything. These are judgments for being in sin, but play.
She turned 29.
She was a wonderful person, kept a smile on her face. Good parent. Everything about her was
Positive. How's you got good children, you're a good parent, you got 6 children, and no baby daddy, and you at a club.
Bring it out.
See, this lie's got to stop, man. Play.
Lisa Taylor was shot in the chest and left to die on the cold pavement in the 1800 block of East 79th Street around 5 a.m. after celebrating her birthday. Why her life was taken is a mystery to her mother.
pretty smart, intelligent. She looked out for everybody. Whenever anybody needed something, she helped them out. So why would they do this to my baby? I just don't understand.
Relatives say Taylor worked 2 jobs, one in retail, the other as a security guard, and had a large social media following under the name Maya Devati. She was the mother of 6 children, ranging in age from 11 months to 12 years old.
And it's devastating what my grandbaby's gonna do. They don't understand what's really going on. And it's gonna be hard.
That's it on that, man. There is judgment for your action in this world. Read verse 59, Isaiah 59:1.
Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not short.
See, sister, this older lady. See, the Lord's hand is not short. Read.
That it cannot save.
Read on.
Neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
Nothing said to the Lord in there. She's worried about all the wrong things. Ain't taught her daughter anything. How many baby daddies do she got? And see, this girl was a monster out there, man. She loved drama, was always out in the clubs. Somebody else did another video, and I happened to see it. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's much more to it, man. All you get is the narrative, man. You don't get the true story. But read.
But your iniquity have separated between you and God.
When you're not walking right, man, you're not walking with the Messiah. Y'all are two different. Y'all are separated yourself because you're in sin. Read.
And your sins have hid his face from you.
He's not even gonna deal with you, man. Read.
That he will not hear.
Read on.
For your hands are defiled with blood.
The works, man, in your hands. The works that you do is filthiness, man. Read.
And your fingers with iniquity.
Your labor that you're doing, they filled with sin. Read.
Your lips have spoken lies.
Let me tell you something, man. The things that comes out your mouth, that they're to deceive a person, man. I'm here just to tell you the truth. Do not do these things. If we're not teaching them and we're not doing them, you should do the same.
Bring it out.
I'm telling you, if you can't come in here and tell me the class that you can teach on that, I'm not going to follow it. Because where we learn this from? Our enemy. Where happened to John the Baptist? Understand these things, man. I'm here to teach and to lead. And I know what I'm doing, man. Nobody likes it, man, because I'm going to tell you something. Changing is hard, man.
Bring it out.
Yes, sir.
I'm still like attack the sugar.
Man.
Facts.
That's why I don't buy it to take it in the house, because I devour it. I'm like Pookie in there with that sugar pipes. I got to have it, man. So I don't buy it. I try to keep it out the house. Tell the wife, well, you eat my snack. If you bring them in here, Pookie come out. Don't get mad at me. You know we love sugar, man.
Bring it out.
Cut me some oranges and some grapes and stuff. I die. See, when you bring that sugar in, Pookie come out. I'm just telling you, man. You have to wean yourself by not bringing it in the house. Separate yourself. But read.
Your tongue had muttered perverseness.
Mother perversely, man. And when you understand that perversely is evil, man. These things that you do is evil. Read.
None call it for justice.
See, the ones that doing all these things that have separated themselves, no one is calling on the Messiah. Read.
Nor any plead for truth.
See, read.
They trust in vanity.
These are the things, the thoughts that they have in their head. They believe it, man, because guess what? I'm sorry, we all have been trying to think what wicked. But to think good, you got to come in and let it go. See, letting things go, you got to practice it. See, practice make perfect. See, the more you practice, say, hey, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. See, you first got to say it out your mouth.
Bring it out.
But read.
And speak lies.
And when you don't understand, that's what trains we've been taught. Mama and them taught to tell the insurance man, I'm not here. Hey, she not here.
Nah, facts, bro.
You know, tell somebody that your parents do it, man, because it's a part of life. Some man come over there to see your mama, tell him not here. Mama say she ain't here. But you can leave that $10 you left me last time. But read.
They conceive mischief.
And you understand mischief, man. It's just they always in drama. Read.
And bring forth iniquity.
See, that's what happens when you separate yourself from the Messiah. Amos 3:1. You have to always be in bed with the Messiah, man. You know, every day it's a fight.
That's right.
It's a fight, man, because guess what? You're going to be out there, man, and I'll tell you something. I don't know what's wrong with the drivers, man. They just drive crazy, man. You're just trying to make it to another day. But read this.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1.
Read.
Hear this word that the Lord had spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Keep reading.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Hey, we don't think judgment comes, man. You know, I remember my homeboy telling me one time, yeah, man, I had stole this guy's system and all that stuff. He said, man, he was telling me at the car wash. He said, man, it happened to me. You ever done something and it come back on you?
Absolutely.
If you reap it, you're going to sow it and it's going to come.
That's right.
If you done something, man, it always come back. So we have to live righteously, man. We can't be them ones that knowing that the punishment comes back, and the Bible's going to clarify it for us. Read this.
And two walk together except they be agreed.
Is there any unity when you're not in agreement? Is there any love thy neighbor if you're not in agreement? Give me Hebrews 10 and 26. I'm showing you what these scriptures mean today.
Work it out.
See, because a lot of us, we thinking it's a past. It's no past, man. You in here and you're awake. You got to start living by the word.
Right.
Read this up.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26. Say 26.
Yeah.
Verse 26. For if we sin willfully.
Let me tell you something. When you sinning willfully, you know the truth. That's what this is talking about.
That's right.
You know there's a judgment for what you're doing. If you you hear these brothers on the street, they don't be doing what they pulling. But if you knowing the truth, you're doing it willfully now. But let's see what the scripture said. Read.
After that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
Man, we never understood this when we was pulling it. You have received this knowledge. Read.
There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
No, you have no other Messiah to cover your sins.
That's right. That's right. Bring that out.
That's all it's saying, man.
Big con on that.
That's all it's saying. It's simple. See, if you willfully sinning, guess what? See, you're going through it. You're in pain. You're in misery. You know, but, you know, people going to give you, hey, oh, everything's good. I just got that $100,000 job. You know, hey, people cover their shame by lies.
That's right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it hurts. Revelations 18 and 5.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Read on.
And God hath remembered her iniquities.
Messiah remembers. See, that represents you. See, once you're clean, stay clean. Who get their car clean and go find a dirt road to drive down? You'll bag up. Hold up. Bag up, man. I'm not going down that road. About to kill somebody behind you. Give me this next video, man.
This video is for educational purposes only. We do not own the rights to this video.
I just want y'all to hear these things.
We mustn't kid ourselves into thinking that the communists have placed their agitators only into the black communities.
Pause. Communists is just your government. The system. And peoples are raising up all around the world, man. He's sick of these people that's been sitting up in there 40 years talking about they your congressman. Play, man. Listen to what they say.
They want hatred, violence, and bloodshed between the races, and they don't care how they get or whom they use, even children if necessary.
Listen at this.
Young comrades. This is my way of figuring out we've been tainted by the patriarchy. It looks creepy. Why?
There's just like this thing about white people that just makes me mad.
Oh, looks like Donnie got a full cookie.
He's a white man.
You may have wondered why the Communist Party has been a staunch supporter of the drive to place a black studies curriculum into our colleges. The reason becomes obvious the minute you take a look at the textbooks and the study guides.
Schools are now radicalizing our kids. And this is the volume of the book from Critical Race Theory. And it literally says here, whiteness is a bad deal. And it has a symbol of Satan.
You gonna deliberately teach kids this white kid right here got it better than you because he white? You gonna purposely tell a white kid, oh, the black people are all down suppressed. How do I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed?
Make sense out of it.
In the schools, but it's in the workplace, it's throughout society. It's destroying this country.
If this continues, we will look back and be responsible for the dismantling of the greatest country in the world by reverting.
She need a wig slapped on.
It's a determining factor on where your destiny lies. Thank you.
Sarasota School Board Chairwoman, what has been the worst of what you've had to deal with in terms of community or parental reaction?
The calling of names, tyrant, Marxist, communist, and they want to move kids over to charter schools and private schools without the oversight of the state. And that's wrong.
Education authorities in the United States are asking the government to use anti-terror laws and involve the FBI against parents who protest against the way their children are being taught.
It identifies no fewer than 13 possible federal crimes, including making annoying phone calls. How about this one? They could be prosecuted for using the internet in a way that might cause emotional distress.
Over the weekend, Democrats voted to ban gendered language in House rules. That means no more terms like father or mother.
Is the administration's official policy to replace the term woman with birthing people?
Black birthing people. Black and indigenous birthing people.
You shifted in places from using the term mother to birthing people.
Again, if we're trying to be precise in the language that's used.
Mom's a pretty good word.
I'm not a birth person. I'm a mother. Can you provide a definition for the word woman? Can I provide a definition? Yeah. I can't.
And these educated people, she can't provide a definition.
Not in this context. I'm not a biologist. The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition.
Do you believe then that men can become pregnant?
Listen at this.
And have abortions?
Yes.
Literally everything that was fought for women's rights is going straight down the drain.
This environment that has been created and corrupted and manipulated does not respect women, does not respect children, does not respect men. It cares nothing for family. So that's why they have to attack mother and remove father, because she's going to protect that child, he's going to protect that woman, and they both are going to protect society. When you talk about a parent-child relationship, you're talking about something primal that is in the heart of the liberal, not the Marxist, that's in the heart of the person who's conservative. And they're pushing the boundaries on something that they cannot control.
Washington State is on track to lawfully take gender-dysphoric children away from parents who oppose transitioning treatment.
That is against the Constitution. The only time a parent loses their rights is if there's an extreme circumstance.
It's severing the bond between the parent and the child.
What they're doing is they're dividing families to take control of the children.
The biggest offense against communism is the nuclear family.
In chapter 2 of his
That's it on there.
manifesto.
Thing y'all gonna learn, man. This is a part of the Babylonian system.
Yes, sir.
They took the man out the home in the late 60s. Now it was just the woman raising the children. One thing that I noticed that when you don't have both parents, there's not a balance in that house. It's just like life. If a fish in the water, he don't have water and oxygen in that water, he dies.
Right.
If a tree sitting on the earth, if it doesn't in the dirt and it doesn't have water and it dies. So if you start taking away, now these children are just subject to do. Now you're seeing these children what the product is. They out here robbing, raping, stealing. These are the ones that's doing most of the crimes. You know, the older ones, they never learn, man. And we've been in a system, man, predicated on locking us up, throwing away the key, man, breaking up families, destroying homes, and we still love it here. How? Because it could happen to you next.
That's right.
You have to be spiritually prepared for these things. And you know, back to Revelation 18:6. See, what this place have done, we have to take it and correct it. That's our job. Our job is not to go to war with a place that's got all kind of guns, man.
That's right.
We can't fight this system, man. The only way we're gonna fight this system is bringing people on to the truth, man. That's what's gonna destroy the system.
That's right.
Christ, the truth, Christ. He's showing you his power. But read
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you.
See, the same thing that she did to you, turn around and show her the truth. Read.
And double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled to her double.
Yeah, you got to understand how much harder it's going to be, man. The work we're going to have to put in. Think about it. A lot of times we just don't want to do it. Because it's so easy to be, that's why they call us lazy.
Sorry.
Because we don't want to do nothing. No. We don't feel like if we not, see everybody, man, let me tell you something. If it was up to me, I could be sitting right out there with y'all taking notes and being loving it, man. Because I love something that is positive.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter who sits in a seat, man. It's about us in the movement and the truth. But read.
How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her.
Listen at these things. The same thing she done. We got to see the sorrow and the torment that we're going to be doing is bringing this word. Living this life. See, you understand how people look at you. Sometimes y'all don't even look through the mirrors and stuff, windows and stuff. Look how people look at you when they seeing you got your fringes on. They seeing you got you with your wife, your children.
That's right.
See, they not used to that. They used to seeing a single black woman, a man and his posse together, and the children by themselves.
Tell the truth.
Why you see they don't ban children coming to the mall now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But read.
For she saith in her heart,
Read on.
I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
This place, man, don't think that the Messiah can raise us back up again and elevate our minds up to sit back above this place. But read.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
You understand these judgments, man? And that one day represents what? 1,000 years? So don't get caught up in that one day stuff. All of a sudden the chip's gonna come in and we out of here. Just like the 4 days, they represent something. You got to understand what the Bible was speaking about. You can't get caught up in the lies we was once taught. Read.
And therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Read.
Death.
Hold up. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all are seeing these things happening, man. Let me tell you something. In them other countries, it's even worse. It's even worse. They have really not the food that we have. In Spain, Germany, all these countries are teetering on, man, chaos. All the news media is gonna give you that soothsaying good story. Right. But they won't. That's why you don't see like videos, YouTube videos coming out those countries. They censor them, man. They make sure that this word don't get out, man. Their job is to hold it back, and your job is to stand up. That's how you do it. But you helping the system. But read.
And mourning.
Mourning, man. You're seeing these things over and over and over and over. People's losing their jobs. You know, this is a thing that's going on, man. I seen a man, he go visit his wife, man. She got Alzheimer's. Why? The food. Wasn't no such thing as Alzheimer's when I was a child.
Bring it out. Bring that up.
It's what's in the water, man. Don't drink that faucet water, man. Them pipes, man. Let me tell you something. How long they been in the ground? You know, boil your water, cook your stuff, you know. I know we was in Ogden with my sister. We had to cook everything in water we bought. Water smelled so bad. Sink water. All these things, man, is put here to destroy us.
Right.
You know, why you thinking, do we have dentist office? Why are you thinking they put sugar in the food here to kill our teeth?
That's right.
They set up things, hey, they always the hero. But read.
And famine.
Famine, a lack of the word. Read.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
This place is going to be destroyed by her own means. Read.
For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
Strong is the Lord God who judges her. Give me this next video. It's our last video, man. I'm bringing some videos back.
This video is for educational purposes only. We do not own the rights to this video.
Listen at this Ponzi scheme, man.
What is a Ponzi scheme? A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment scheme that promises high returns for investors with little or no risk. Sounds too good to be true, right? That's because it is. In a legitimate investment scheme, the money invested is used to build wealth, typically through low-risk ventures like stock or real estate portfolios. Over time, this generates enough income to pay the investor back their initial investment. Well, how does it accomplish this? Instead of using the money invested to build wealth, a Ponzi scheme simply brings in more investors to pay off the previous investors. And because these new investors have also been promised large returns, the scheme must then find an even bigger group of investors to pay them off. All the while, the creators of the scheme are skimming cash from each group of investors. Because a Ponzi scheme doesn't generate any wealth itself, it must constantly bring in larger and larger groups of investors to keep functioning. Eventually, no more new investors can be found, or large numbers of previous investors all cash out at the same time, and the scheme collapses in on itself. By this time, the perpetrators of the scheme have siphoned off tremendous amounts of money for themselves, while the investors are left out of pocket and out of luck.
Did you know that?
And the thing is, man, the housing market, man, I have people that's ready to invest in what we trying to do. I'm holding up because I don't want to deal with these people because they have too much control. When you sign that contract, you have to live by that black and white. So you have to understand that when you setting up something, you got to believe in the Messiah, man, and do it on your own. You ready? Go ahead.
Without a fixed link to gold, the U.S. Treasury has been able to borrow and spend as much money as it wanted. When the U.S. government needs money, it takes out a loan with the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve prints the currency required for the loan, and in return receives an IOU from the U.S. Treasury. These IOUs are called government bonds. With the money provided from these loans, or bonds, the U.S. government pays its bills and obligations. Meanwhile, the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve work closely together to sell these bonds at auction, where foreign central banks, pension funds, and even individuals buy these U.S. government loans. And why wouldn't they? Loaning money to the U.S. government is virtually a risk-free investment. But if the loans are spent on bills and paying off previous loans, where does the government get the money to pay back the current loan and the interest that is charged on it? Is investing in a U.S. government bond simply one small part in a giant Ponzi scheme?
The Federal Reserve System is definitely a Ponzi scheme. There's no question about it. They go through the appearance of lending money to the governments. And the governments agree to.
Money's supposed to be backed by gold. They just print money now. See, know that your dollar worthless.
That's right.
I've been telling you, it's just an IOU. When you go to Walmart and you pick up that pack of meat, you already telling them I owe you $18.99 for this pack of meat.
Bring it out.
Plus taxes the government gonna take out. Even taxes is a Ponzi scheme. You wasn't supposed to be taxed.
That's right.
Not your wages.
That's right. That's right.
But we don't know no laws, no nothing. We can't stand up and fight. And none of the lawyers, the politicians are going to tell us these things because guess what happens to them? Mm-hmm. They get their license or they get things snatched and they get to be thrown back down here where the poor people's at.
Yes, sir.
So would you speak up? But play on.
To pay back the money plus interest. And so this money comes into being. They created just for that purpose. They give it to the governments. Didn't exist before that, to understand. Central banks just make it out of nothing and click a few keys on a keyboard of a computer, and the Treasury of the United States government now has another $1 trillion that it can spend. That's where that money came from. And so that creates a liability on the part of the federal government to pay it back, plus interest. Now think about that, plus interest. Well, when it comes time to pay it back, plus the interest, they can't pay it back, and they certainly can't pay it back plus interest too. So what they do is they borrow more to cover the original loan plus the interest, and then by that time Congress wants more money anyway. So the debt just keeps going up and up and up and up.
Under the current monetary system, we borrow all of our currency into existence, and we promise to pay it back plus interest. If you borrow the very first dollar into existence, and that's the only dollar that exists on the planet, but you promise to pay it back plus another dollar's worth of interest, where do you get the second dollar? The answer is you have to borrow that. It's a...
Is it on it?
Yeah, unless you want to keep going.
No, they can go watch it if they want to go watch it. But what I'm trying to show y'all is this whole system. See, y'all don't even understand when you get your Social Security card and your birth certificate, you are signing your children up to be an employee.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
This is all this is, man. This whole thing is smoke and mirrors, man. If you don't understand how it works, that's like you go into court, you can't go in there because you don't know the legal terms. You have to address the judge by your honor. And he the devil that sits with a black robe.
That's right.
The whole thing is just a setup. It's just an illusion. And the people that they put in these positions, they have to abide by the rules of the system. Those are your sovereign citizens. How do you think Mayor Adams up there in New York, all his charges was just dropped? Because guess what? They told him, hey, if you play by the book, but all the people's underneath him, their charges wasn't dropped. This is a dirty, dirty, dirty system.
Bring it out.
It have to be brought down.
Bring it out.
Read verse 9.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication.
See, they're doing the same thing with all the deceptions. All these other countries follow the same system. It is no different than them other countries. They're doing the same thing, rape, robbing, and I can't even say that word, destroying their peoples. So they want to raise up and fight too. But they'll never show us these things on television.
That's right.
They're not, you have to really dig deep to find this information that I find, man, because it's just not going to pop up on your timeline. And a lot of you, if you're listening to music, guess what's going to pop up on your YouTube timeline? More music. If you're looking at some dumb, that's just how it is. They got an algorithm that feeds you. If you're looking something up on YouTube, you're going to see it on your Facebook. You're going to see it on your YouTube. You're going to see it on your Yahoo. This is all one big system. But read.
And live deliciously with her.
See, this is all the things, man, when you don't understand how this place live delicious off of us, man. This is pride and more corruption. That this is how they get their money. Oppressing the peoples. Read. Let me tell you something. And everything you do, you gotta go through the city to get licensed. Everything you do, if you trying to add on to your house, you got to go down there and get a permit.
That's right.
See, they got to know what you're doing. But read.
Shall bewail her.
They're going to bewail her, man. Read.
And lament for her.
They're going to lament. They're going to be in mourning, man, because as they see America go, China going to go.
Yep.
Japan going to go.
Yep.
Germany, all these oil-rich places, man, they're going to go. Look at Venezuela. One of the most oil-rich places there is. People down there, man, eating garbage.
Yeah.
And a lot of them countries in Africa have broken off. They have kicked France up out of there. A lot of people don't know Africans speak French. Speak French. Oui, oui. They don't know these things, but they have taken over all these things that they was running. Now, certain African countries are selling rice. See, everybody is separating themselves from the system, except the Israelites. But read.
When they shall see the smoke of her burning.
They're going to see the fall of these countries, man. Read.
Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
You understand this is over a period of time, man. See, in the 70s and the 80s, it was real good around here, you know. Overtime, 90s, man, you can't even find a job with overtime now. And most of the job that you're working on, you're working with short staff. They're not going to hire nobody else, man, because they can't afford it. And most of these jobs, if you're looking at my Facebook, they're laying off everywhere. Cities, man. How is a man going to be able to go and sustain for his family, man, if he got to go work two part-time jobs to make part-time money? You got to let it go, man. You got to let it go, man. This system is a fraud. It's an illusion, man. Everything look good, man, but it's really not. A lot of the people you think got money, they suffering like hell, too. They might have that car, and that car might be, I seen them repo a car over there where I stayed the other day. They just dragged it on there. I seen it back over there. I guess they went and paid the money for it. But most of the people are behind on these car notes. They don't have insurance. They ain't paying their rent, their mortgages. This place here is going to implode on itself soon. Give me Matthew 26 and 40. This is what I keep telling you, man. Don't love a place, man, that ain't never loved your peoples.
Bring it out.
Read this out.
St. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 40.
Read on.
And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep.
Still seeing y'all still walking around here, man, with manners in your eye, man. Still around here not understanding what is going on. Read.
And saith unto Peter, what could ye not watch with me 1 hour?
1 hour, read.
Watch and pray.
He think what he's trying to get us to do, man. Watch, man, see And pray, read.
That ye enter not into temptation.
This thing here, man, is so easily to pull you back because you really be feeling it when you're around that garbage, man.
Right.
It still will pull you back, but you got to start understanding, man. That's what it's set up for. Read.
The spirit indeed is willing.
See, the spirit is willing, read.
But the flesh is weak.
Man, let me tell you something how weak that flesh is, man. You know, you got these guys, they be on there talking about these women with the BBLL or whatever that is, man. Let me tell you something. Wait till that sister get old. You know what I'm saying? Wait till that sister get old. Her BBL gonna be LLL, low, hard to live. See you doing all this stuff to your body, man. You gonna destroy yourself. Back to Revelations 18 and 11. We on time, man. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. You got some of these guys, man, they go and get Botox in their face. They want to look young, bad. You know, you got them out here, man. I tell you, I used to do it, dye my hair. Eventually, the Lord say, let it go. So, I had a phone, so somebody called one time from out in Mexico. They were like, yeah, man, what happened to the other brother, man? He must be it, man, because his hair turned gray in a month. He talking to me, I ain't telling him nothing, man. But I had to put my trust in the Lord, man, because I still, even though when you come in, you still holding on to something, man.
That's right.
Those things what you need to get counseling on, and you can pray about it and call on the Messiah, man, and ask for, let it take it away from me. Because we can overcome, no weapon formed, man, can hold us back.
That's right.
But read.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
These are the ungodly and wicked ones, man. These are what the church system, as you see people start to come out of them churches, man, out of being a Catholic, man, out of this Islam, out of all these things, man, they don't make merchants of us, man. Guess what we do? We take care of the top.
Bring it out.
Read.
For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Nobody gonna buy the lies anymore, man. We don't want to hear it, man. We're gonna stop doing all the dumb things, man. The drugs and stuff, everything that's holding us back and polluting our minds. Read.
The merchandise of gold.
Read.
And silver.
Let me tell you something. A lot of them football players and NBA players and rappers have went in there and bought fool's gold, man. All them whites and stuff, man, be garbage.
Garbage.
You thinking these people love us? But read.
And precious stones.
And you understand who pushes this on our peoples? The rappers, the entertainers, the football players. And guess what we do? We follow.
Teach. Talk to them.
Those are the merchants. Read.
And of pearls.
Read on.
And fine linen. And purple. And silk. And scarlet. And all fine wood. And all manner vessels of ivory. And all manner vessels of most precious wood.
All this is for pleasure. This is just for pleasure, man. Sometimes you go in that store, you gotta have it, man. You gotta have it. No matter what. I remember a dude told me, he said, me and my girl went to Ross. We had $10. I'm like, what y'all gonna buy? What you gonna buy in Ross with $10? That's just that woman, man. She had to go. You know, 50 made a song, window shopping. But for pleasure, you'll find people looking this stuff up on their phones, man. I got to have it.
Right.
It's calling them. It be calling them in their sleep. Hey, look over the phone. I'm going to tell you something, man. And I pray for you that you can break these things, man, because it is so important. Get counsel on it. Talk about it. Somebody, hey, I got to let something go.
That's right. Absolutely.
You know, you got to start one, just like we did with the drinking. You know, hey, a lot of people's system should be a little cleaner. You know, you should be moving a little bit better. You function in your thoughts, man, because what it does, it dehydrates you. So when you're putting other things in you, man, it's all one toxic chemical in your body. Right. Drink in moderations. You go out to have something, have a drink then. You know, you're not polluting yourself a whole day, every night. Read.
And of brass.
Brass, read.
And iron and marble.
Keep reading.
And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
The souls of men, the slaves are the ones that are indoctrinated in the lies.
That's right.
That's what a slave is. A slave ain't no one that ever come on no slave ship. And you tell them they can't find one ship and people get pissed off. First time you learn about a slave ship was in Roots. Kunta coming over here. No one that they had never, all these things, man, you gotta understand they devise so they can teach us these things, man, so they can implement these thoughts in our head. Because if you go ask your grandparents, see, they are mostly gone.
That's right.
See, it's hard to find truth, man, because we have to go digging.
Yes, sir. Teach.
You have to go there, the Clotilda, and then you have all these idiots. The Clotilda. So you telling me they found a ship that they didn't even know was burned and sank, and they went down there and found one piece of wood and they brought it back up, and that was the truth. Uh-oh. We'll eat anything, don't want we? Give me James 4:7. We'll eat any doo-doo that they throw. Leave it alone, man. This is the thing where I'm telling y'all about the guard, getting everybody to buy in, to believe. Buying in is to believing. We're getting the eggshells, we're getting the coffee grain, we getting all these things, we're preparing, we're getting the mulch, man. We're telling people to do what's right. See, if you start practicing these things, what's gonna happen?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna start leaving them other things alone that Lot wife couldn't let go.
Yes, sir. Bring it out.
You're gonna want to keep looking back, man. You gotta stop looking back, man. It
out.
wasn't nothing back there in the first place. It's just an illusion.
That's right.
But read.
James chapter 4 and verse 7.
Read on.
Submit yourselves therefore to God.
You got to do everything in your power to take that knee, man, and submit yourself unto the Messiah. Read.
Resist the devil.
Say all the tricks that he have, all the things that he gave, you can be in there. He's like, man, I'm not gonna do this anymore. You be watching TV. That commercial got you.
Teach.
That video you just watched on YouTube or something got you.
That's right. Yeah.
See, you got to fight, man, for your soul because they want it. Read.
And he will flee from you.
See, when you do all that you can, he gonna let you go.
Teach. That's right.
See, the system, all the tricks that he have gotten with you, man. People like when you first stop smoking weed, all you see is on the movies.
Yes, sir.
You got Snoop Dogg with his snake-looking tail.
Facts.
They wasn't smoking blunts until they told Snoop Dogg to go tell them to smoke a blunt. And the whole world go buy them old stale Swisher Sweets.
Y'all laughing, bro.
They stale.
That's right.
That was stale.
How you thinking they sell their products? And I was watching. I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch this Kendrick Lamar. He looked like he had some hips and some cheeks in it. Like, man, this is scary, man. I say, man, this is scary, man, for a man, Y'all don't know. Then they got the Williams sister up there crip walking, and she got a so-called albino. Playing games with your mind, man. That's all they do. Play tricks with you all day. See, they were talking about sacrificing somebody to me.
Bring it out.
Telling y'all, man, what they be doing. They do these rituals right in front of us.
That's right.
1 John 3:8, man. I'm gonna tell you something. Stop playing games, man. Let go of her. This. Let go. Read this.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 8.
Read on.
He that committed sin is of the devil.
See, a lot of people don't think it, man. I'm not the devil. So the Bible says if you commit sin, what are you? You're the devil.
Right.
You're the deceiver. You deceive yourself. Read.
For the devil sinned from the beginning.
See, you understand you was born into it. Read.
For this purpose the Son of God was manifested.
Made known to destroy his works. Read.
That he might destroy the works of the devil.
This is what the word does, man. This is what brings us back. Showing love, man. You get out of that thing, man, where you don't understand. Like, we got a feast day today, man. Lord made it possible with a nice day. Last week we was up here Sunday out there working on the roof, man. It was kind of cold and slippery. But we got the mission done. See, when you got the Lord on your side, you complete everything.
That's right.
You get up in the morning and you fight.
That's right.
It's like when I got home, wife had planted some seedlings and the thing. I was like shocked. So, I went and got a light for it. Illuminated.
Sir.
You know, I learned this from brothers. Like, you know, I learned this from P-Wife. Don't put the oranges, the citrus. See, we got to talk more.
Yes, sir.
We need to communicate more. We be sitting on all kind of wisdom and knowledge, but we won't say nothing unless it's pulled out of us. But read.
Whosoever is born of God does not commit sin.
When you understand, when you come into this truth, man, you born again, you repent, and you be changed. You don't do these things no more. Read.
For his seed remaineth in him.
Read on.
And he cannot sin.
He don't think about them things he used to do. Read.
Because he is born of God.
He been raised, resurrection, man, through the spirit of the Messiah, man. He don't think of all those things he used to do. Read.
In this the children of God are manifest.
They made known. You're going to see them by their fruits, by their works. Read.
And the children of the devil,
read on.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God.
You're going to know them by their works, but read.
Neither he that loveth not his brother.
Read on.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another.
Hey, man, that's the hardest thing to do, to get people to do, man. Anytime you can shoot somebody for cutting you off, something wrong with you, man.
Right.
But see, they be having so much built on them, man. So one little incident, man, will make them go left. Give me 1 John 2 and 15. Read this out.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15.
Listen what the Messiah says. Read.
Love not the world.
Hey, man, he tell you don't love the things in this kingdom. Read.
Neither the things that are in the world.
All the little gadgets and the little things. Let me tell you something. You can still buy this, what you love, but don't make it a God.
That's right. Man, that's right.
Buy the things you need. Some get you some wants every now and then, but just don't go overboard when you know your checking account is in the negative.
Bring it out. Come on now.
Moderation, like he said, but read.
If any man love the world.
See, this is the things that you used to do, all the sins we used to be in, the Christmas and all these things, man. Right. See, this is what it is talking about. Read.
The love of the Father is not in him.
You'll know by their action, by their fruits, but read.
For all that is in the world.
Everything that they do to deceive and control us, read.
The lust of the flesh.
That's what it is. Because guess what? They promote these women with the big booties and stuff, man. It's just like they see this one guy that I seen where these sisters be popping the balloons. How you gonna be up there with 4 baby daddies and 2 children and stuff, man? And the first guy I seen up there popping the balloon, he was kind of big. I see him on another video squabbing with a drag man. I'm talking about blow for blow, man. Y'all don't understand all this. All y'all seeing with all these YouTube and TikTok, this is all fake, man. A lot of them, all that staged all that stuff, man. They're not really doing all that stuff. They just doing it. That's just fake, man. YouTube use them to deceive you, to control you, so you can constantly watch them.
Stand on it.
You see them some Mexican guy, they be out there throwing up gang signs. Let me tell you something. I don't know what hood he from, man. Because if he tried that in St. Louis somewhere, they would beat the brakes off him. I don't care about your camera. California, they would beat the brakes off these dudes, man. And a lot of people are playing with other people with their jokes.
That's right.
But see, that's all props. But read.
And the lust of the eyes and the pride of life.
That's the pride of life. Read.
Is not of the Father, but is of the world.
See, this is not of the Father, man. You can't follow the worldly things, man. This is what people do to keep themselves in the world, but read.
And the world passes away.
All these things you're going to see, man, that the evil that it does to our peoples, read.
And the lust thereof.
Read on.
But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
You got eternal life, read.
Little children.
It says call you little children because an adult can't be taught nothing, right? Grandmom and granddaddy and mom and daddy and some of the children, they can't be taught nothing because they're adults. Bible say he looking for little children, the ones little children's learn.
Right.
We ride with my wife niece. She was like, "What they doing up there?" See, they observing. What was Dora the Explorer? Yeah. See, Dora the Explorer. She observing. She want to know things. That's what children do. That's what you should do. Know the truth.
It is the last time.
It is the last time, the last hour. Read.
And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come.
Read on.
Even now there are many Antichrists.
You have them in your relative. You have them amongst everywhere, man. Anybody that hate Christ, read.
Whereby we know that it is the last time.
We're in the last days, man. Things are hard on people. Revelations 18 and 14. It's hard on people, man. It's hard on people to let go, man. This thing is so, it draws you in, man, because you feel, but it's only temporary, and you go back to being isolated again. you find out, man, people ain't what they talk about. They're not truthful. Read this out.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 14. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee.
These are things I keep telling you. These fruits that you think about, man, it's just temptation, man. This stuff is temporary. It's not forever. All these things are going to depart from you, man, once you stand on your principles. Read.
And all things which were dainty.
All these things that was pleasing, man, the lies, the deceptions. Read.
And goodly.
Read on.
Are departed from thence.
They gonna all flee from you soon. Read.
And thou shalt find them no more at all.
You're not gonna desire them no more, man. How you used to think, the way that you used to be, you're gonna be walking in Christ. We supposed to be the image of the Messiah. But read.
The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her.
See, the merchant that was made rich with their lies and their deceptions. Read.
Shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment.
They gonna be going through the torment because they can't pay their bills no more. They can't live how they live no more. The Bentleys are getting repossessed, man. The children are rebelling in the house because you're not giving them no money because your cash flow is low. They gonna be going through the torment now. See, this thing gonna flip. As soon as y'all minds start taking this thing and getting grounded, man, because let me tell you something. In 10 years, it's only 3,600 days, man. You ain't got a lot of time to take care of your business. So all y'all want to expand it out here, then you want to get it right here. You should be taking care of your business in this box, not this box.
That's right.
But read.
Weeping and wailing.
Weeping and wailing, man. I'm going to tell you something. Committing suicide in them homes, man, because the wives are not going to want to be with them no more because they got it the wrong way. Read.
And saying,
read on.
Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen.
You got to understand hypocrites, man, pride and a lack of true righteousness. Read.
And purple.
Read on.
And scarlet.
Keep reading.
And decked with gold.
Decked with gold. Read.
And precious stones. And pearls.
These are the things that attract our people because guess what? They put it on the television for you. You'll see it in these big old mass halls and stuff like that. People just go because they just want to be a part affiliated with something. They ain't learned nothing in them churches because the churches don't teach nothing. That's their job, man. Their job is not to let you understand that Bible. If you go in there and ask one of them pastors, what's such and such scripture? You go, I don't know. Get back with me in a couple months. I'm just telling you the truth. Their job is not to teach people. Their job is to get that tithe, that 10%. But read.
For in 1 hour.
1 hour, read.
So great riches is come to naught.
Come to naught, man. You're going to see these people, man, jumping out these buildings, man, because they up there on the 17th floor, man, the 31st floor, man, paying almost $30,000 a month. They can't afford it no more. See, the people that you looked up to, you're not going to look up to him because you're going to find out who that true person was.
That's right.
He was just there to deceive you, man. That's why they give him a star in Hollywood for deception. But read.
And every shipmaster.
These are these shipmasters. These are the leaders. These politicians, man. These mayors. These are the ones got spreading corruption. Read.
And all the companies, ships.
All the companies, the peoples, man, that are having challenges in life. Read.
And sailors.
And sailors, man. These are the ones that need that faith, man. Read.
And as many as trade by sea stood far off.
They're going to steward these kings, man, these people that have the power to do these things. Give me Psalms 107:27. All these things the Most High is going to change for us. We just got to believe and be patient and stay true.
That's right.
But that is so hard for our people, man. You know why? Because they don't believe, man, because the system don't tie them, don't trust in nothing but the system.
That's right.
The system been a lie all our life, and we just didn't understand this. Read this out.
Psalm chapter 107 and verse 27.
Read on.
They reel to and fro.
That's just like in that ship, man. Your spirit is going through it, man. You don't want to believe the truth. You want to still hold on to a lie. You're going to be reeling in that ship. You know, that ship always moving. Read.
And stagger like a drunken man.
They're going to stagger because they've been filled with so much false information. Read.
and are at their wits' end.
I don't know what to do, man. If to believe this, man, what the Lord is bringing out a stick, keep holding on to lies, read.
Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble.
Then we got problems, Lord. I now want to serve you, read.
And he bringeth them out of their distresses.
And once you call on him, man, he gonna bring you out of there because you got to let go of Babylon, read.
He maketh the storm a calm.
He gonna make the storm a calm, man. You're gonna find that inner peace that you've been seeking, man, read.
So that the waves thereof are still.
The peoples, man, they're gonna be calm, man. Their thoughts, they're gonna be able to think for themselves because the whole system have taught them what to think, read.
Then are they glad because they be quiet.
See, they be quiet, read.
So he brightened them unto their desired haven.
Keep reading.
Oh, that men would praise the Lord of his goodness and for his wonderful works to the children of men.
Keep reading.
Let them exalt him also in the congregation of the people and praise him in the assembly of the elders.
You understand? Just being righteous, man, it's a hard job for people to do. Just being righteous, man. You've been crooked all your life, and then once you get this chance and this opportunity and you reject it, man, there's judgment for it.
Yes, sir. Right.
There's punishment for it, and I keep telling you. Give me Hebrews, man, 6:19. See, once you sink that anchor, see, let me show you something, man. This ain't talking about no ships, but you got these Israelites, man. They gonna tell you it was talking about ships. Talking about the action and the spirit of man. Read this out.
Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 19.
Listen, read.
Which hope we have as an anchor of the soul.
That's the hope, is this gospel, man. That's the anchor, man. Once you drop your anchor and let this other world go, man, you're going to have the hope of the Messiah. Read.
Both sure and steadfast.
It's both sure and steadfast, man. Unwavering in hope. Read.
And which entereth into that within the veil.
And that's in Yah's presence. Once you just give up all these things that's holding you back, man, you'll be 100. It's hard, man, but you got to start practicing this. You got to be like, talk to the hand, do something. No. Just like I told my wife, I'm going to tell her niece 1,000 times, no. I told her other niece, no. Well, they be hating me when I say that word no. See, because everybody else telling me they don't say nothing to them, I'm on them. Like this morning, I got to sit down, sit down, sit down, stop that, sit down. That's how you have to be on a child, man. It ain't no break, man. You got to be on them, because guess what? They waiting on the CO to slip up, man. I'm telling you, as soon as you slip up, oh, okay, well, what you doing with that? James 3 and 4, man. I'm telling y'all, man, this thing is so beautiful, man. But see, this is where we missing absentee parents in the house. You got these things that's going on, man. Doing these things is beautiful, man. Y'all not even understand how many times you done told your child no and just go back and add them up. Man, I done told them about 100,000 times. Then you'll see the fruit of what you do. You tell them yes sometimes, but the no gonna outweigh the yes. Because they, like Dora, they're exploring. Read on out.
James chapter 3 and verse 4. Behold, also the ships.
These are the means, read.
Which though they be so great.
They be great, man, noble, read.
And are driven of fierce winds.
This doctrine of the Messiah, read.
Yet are they turned about with a very small helm.
That small helm is your presence, read.
Whithersoever the governor listed.
Whatever the Messiah goeth, man, they gonna follow. See, a lot of them, they read, man, and they just don't have that understanding because they've been taught to read. That's why you got 12 years of lies.
Right.
12 years of lies in these schools, man, they have destroyed us. Man, you got to understand, why did they set it up? They didn't set school system up until the 1900s. They didn't have schools back in the 1800s. They had them for the elites. They had the university, Yale, and you know what they're all about. Revelations 18 and 18. I'm telling y'all. Read this out.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning.
You seeing the punishment of the destruction of... Man, you go through some small towns, man, ain't nothing there. You go through a man, ain't nothing there. And you're seeing what's happening. It's the same thing. You're seeing them closing down Dollar Generals. You know, when you close down a dollar store, man, there's something got to be wrong. Everything $1. Right. $20 is 20 items. At least 18, you got to pay some taxes. When you're seeing them closing down restaurants, You seeing people are not even going out to eat. In these restaurants, what they do, they hold on to that old sick food, man, and they'll serve it to somebody coming in there want to eat delicious. Be coming out of, man, I'm sick, man. Yeah, you got food poisoning. I told you to stay out of there. I'm just telling you. When you understand, just like we went up to this auto store, man, they were selling everything, man, at 95% discount. How? Why? It's just too saturated with the same thing.
Right.
No diversity here, man. They want to let no other business grow. But read.
What city is like unto this great city?
What city, what nation is like unto this great nation? Read.
And they cast dust on their heads and cry.
You understand? People's going to be in sorrow and they're going to be suffering, man. Right now, what you're seeing is being manifested and being made known. Read.
Weeping and wailing.
Weeping and wailing. Read.
Saying,
read.
Alas,
read on.
Alas, that great city.
You understand where unclean spirit and wicked men dwell? Read.
Wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of the costliness.
You don't understand this costliness, man. You understand rich, worldly gains, man. Had men's in the nation by reason of costliness. This is their sacrifice for this, man. You'll sacrifice yourself for this drama, man. You'll sacrifice yourself for this pain and this misery and this mourning that goes on, man. You'll sacrifice yourself for it and not knowing it's going to get you next.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Read.
For in 1 hour is she made desolate.
Keep reading.
Rejoice over her.
Listen, man, do you think I care? No, I don't, man. It say rejoice over her. Read.
Thou heaven.
Thou what?
Thou heaven.
Thou heaven, thy ruling ones. Read.
And ye holy apostles.
Read on.
And prophets. For God hath avenged you on her.
You understand what the Messiah is doing for us? But we don't want to do it for ourselves. We don't want to do it for ourselves. We don't want to do it for ourselves.
Bring it out.
The Messiah is working in destroying this place with other people. Everything is in the Messiah's hand.
That's right.
Give me Jeremiah 51 and 60. I'm just telling y'all. Everything is being done as it was said it would be done. But what happens is, our people just want to hold on. You know, when you understand, when he went there with Lot, man, and he told Lot to go find 50 good men, 10, you see how people just don't want to let go? What are they holding on for? Bills, problems? Right now, this is the biggest slave market there is, man, because we didn't have all these bills, cable, television, internet, cell phone, one phone in the house. We didn't have all these problems, man. People lived a little bit back then. You know, you went fishing with your grandmother and stuff, with your father. Yeah. You know, we don't do none of these things no more, man, because guess what? They don't driven them till they not even at home. When they come home, they too tired. And when they tired, where they go? McDonald's, buy their McDonald's food, bring it in the house, feed the children. No love. Children don't even know their parents hardly no more, man, because they gone. Their parents is the rappers and the television.
Bring it out.
Read this, Art.
Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 60. So Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come upon Babylon.
This thing had already been prophesied, man. That's why you seeing this place sinking like a ship, man. This vessel is done for, man. It's got too many holes in it. It can't be healed. No ornament, no patching it up. Read.
Even all these words that are written against Babylon.
Keep reading.
And Jeremiah said to Sariah, when thou comest to Babylon.
He talking to the men of Israel when he talking to Sariah. Read.
And shalt see, and shalt read all these words.
Understand the scriptures. Read.
Then shalt thou say, O Lord, thou hast spoken against this place.
Hey, the Lord letting us know that this place is done for, man. Right. It can't thrive, man. That's why the devil knew he had a short time. Men know they had a short time to take as many souls as they can with them. But read.
To cut it off.
To cut it off. Read.
That none shall remain in it.
It say nobody, man. No wicked man, no wicked woman are going to be standing soon. Read.
Neither man nor beast.
Read on.
But that it shall be desolate forever.
I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to have these ungodly souls around here. Read.
And it shall be, when thou hast made an end of reading this book,
understanding the information, read,
that thou shalt bind a stone to it,
read on,
and cast it into the midst of Euphrates.
You better bring the word of Yahweh, man. But read.
And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink.
It's gonna fall, man. It's prophesied that this place got to go, man. Because the peoples are email. I'm gonna tell you something. Every file, you got all kind of scammers, man. They be emailing me. I just don't even pay them no attention, man. I don't even have a PayPal account. They gonna tell me I done spent $1,000 on it. I'm like, they just want you to see. Most people, they'll probably don't even, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Flee the devil in here. They'll stop emailing me soon. But read.
And shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her.
See, this is, y'all don't understand what is going on, man. See, you created it and you made it, and now it's turning its head on you. And see, all the ones that's got money and stuff like that, man, they moving. A lot of these so-called people that got a little money, they thinking they can move to Europe. You're not going to run from what you created.
That's right.
What you reap, you're going to sow soon. Read.
And they shall be weary.
They're going to be weary, man. They're going to be weary. They're going to be subdued with their own. Read.
Thus far are the words of Jeremiah.
All these words far, man, passing are the words of Jeremiah from generation to generation. We're going to know the truth, man. Now it's time for us to step up as a people, man. Everybody is not going to accept this. At Revelations 18 and 22, man, and we're going to read it to 24 and we out, man. Matter of fact, start at verse 21 again.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone.
You understand? This is what a mighty prophet, man, a mighty messenger. They're going to take up the word of the Messiah like a great millstone. Read.
And cast it into the sea.
We're gonna take this word and we're going to bring it to the nations. Read.
Saying,
read on.
Thus with the violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down.
Man, you understand, man? You understand? Unavoidable, man. A dramatic that they have brung upon people, man. This is how it's going to be thrown down by his own works. Read.
And shall be found no more at all.
This is going to be found no more at all. Read.
And the voice of the harpers.
The harpers, man. Read.
And musicians.
These are the prophets and the messengers. Read.
And the pipers.
Read on.
And trumpeters.
Read it again.
And the voice of harpers and musicians and the pipers.
These are the things that cause us to continue to fall. Because guess what? We look for that pleasure.
That's right.
That's what we continue. No matter how much the Lord brings to us, we still seek that little pleasure that we had, that enjoyment that we thought we had fulfilled. But read.
And trumpeters.
And trumpeters, read.
Shall be heard no more at all in thee.
All these are these pastors. You got you got the Seventh-day Adventist Church. You got the Islam. You got all these different denominations. You got the television, the musician artists. You got all these. President Trump mouth gonna get shut soon. But read.
And no craftsman.
No craftsman. When you understand what a craftsman is, man, it's just somebody that out here that can deceive and destroy somebody's mind. Read.
Of whatsoever craft he be.
And you understand a craftsman, he's like a doctor, man. All he gonna do is just fill you with lies. But read.
Shall be found any more in thee.
Read on.
And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
This millstone, these heavy burdens, man, that goes on with our peoples. Read.
And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee.
This is what they were, man. These things that this destruction, man. These things that death is gonna come unto these peoples. Read.
And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee.
They're not gonna follow you no more. Read.
For thy merchants were the great men of the earth.
Read on.
For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
Let me tell you something. Most people don't think that this happened.
Right.
They don't think that all the people was persecuted and murdered. And you understand, being persecuted is eating their food. Believing they lies, sending your children to these schools.
Bring it out.
Believing in the government that they're going to protect you when they don't care nothing about you.
Bring it out.
You're just a slave to them.
That's right.
But read.
And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth.
Oh, anybody that truly say they were going to follow the Messiah, even other nations, they would destroy. But we have to start taking our salvation more serious. We have to start following the word more serious. We have to start believing and having our focus more serious.
Right.
We have to start taking and following, man, because all that what we try to bring is not hard. It's not hard. Everything that we're teaching about the food, just think about it. We should have a booming garden this summer.
That's right.
We got the chickens on deck that's about to start bringing out eggs. You know, the Lord is preparing us. But y'all got to start believing, start helping out more. If you ain't doing no work, get more arms. Because you know you can come and know where your money's going. We got less than 15 months on the school. Listen, the Lord is setting us up, man, for the victory. It's totally up to y'all. If you choose to win, you'll stay on the team. If you don't, you're going to go back to the losing team, and that's that world. And on that note, shalom.
Shalom.
Hallelujah.